Hi friends, welcome to Carrie's Culinary Crafts. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you'll stick around to the end and consider subscribing by hitting that button below. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And I would really appreciate that because when you do that, it pushes my channel out to many other people. I'd really like to grow my channel for more people to see and to see how easy it is to make dinner for your family and also do a lot of preparation cooking and preserving and all that fun stuff. So hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Today's video has a few more meals. Now, if you guys are returning to my channel, you know that I've been having issues with my hands and I just had surgery and I got my stitches out. So if you don't like to see injuries or anything, look away from the camera in 3, 2, 1. There's what it looks like. They just cut into my thumb. It was called a tendon release. That is what they did on my thumb and my wrist over here. I got 2 shots, which definitely helped. It took the pain away from my wrist, but it does not help with the fact that I still need to pick things up. I still have a hard time. So you're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit longer. I might be doing some more simple, easy things. In this video here, you're going to see a lot of my meals in a jar that I used up, which is nice because, you know, I'm still doing the pantry challenge. So that is using up some of my jarred meals that I have. So I'm doing a little bit more cooking, but it's very simple stuff. So I hope you enjoy this video, and remember, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed. Hi friends, for today's dinner, super easy dinner, I am going to throw together an open-faced Mississippi pot roast sandwich dinner. Here I have a quart of my canned up Mississippi pot roast, and I have a packet of brown gravy here. I have some spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray my small crock pot here, and I'm going to get this meat, if I can do this, out into my crock pot, and I'll see if I need to open up another can or not. It's just 3 of us eating, so I'm not sure if I'm going to need another one or not. We'll take a look. Okay, no, that is going to be plenty. Okay. So there is my Mississippi pot roast, and I'm going to go ahead and open a packet of this brown gravy, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, and then I'm going to open up beef stock to put in here. And I have one of these half pints, and I think that's all that I'm going to need. 1 cup of liquid with that, because there was a little bit of liquid in with the pot roast. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir, and I'm just going to put this on low. Now this is already cooked, so basically all I'm doing is heating it through and then thickening up that gravy with that broth. And then I have a little bit of homemade bread left here, so that is the inspiration for this sandwich. I want to go ahead and use the rest of this bread up, and I figured I would just go ahead and make an open-faced sandwich, and then I will serve some green beans on the side. And that will be what's for dinner today. And 2 more jars used up for the pantry challenge. Open-faced Mississippi pot roast sandwich with a side of veggies. And that's what's for dinner. Okay, for breakfast today, I am making some sausage, egg, cheese breakfast burritos. I am using this last jar of these sausage links that I have. I do not like these, but I don't want to waste them. I just don't like the texture of them, so I won't be canning these again. I like ground sausage canned, but definitely not these sausage links. So I'm going to go ahead and try and use them up this week. So I'm going to cook up a couple sausages and a couple eggs and put on a low-carb wrap. And I have some bacon grease in here. I'll go ahead and add 2 of those sausage links. And I will add 2 eggs. Let's salt and pepper to the eggs. And some garlic powder. Now this next dinner is going to come together really fast. Here I'm putting some bacon grease in a skillet. And what I'm making today is cheeseburger gnocchi. And this whole dish came together in under 10 minutes if you have these items in your canning pantry. So I am kind of just throwing this together on a whim. I saw a video from Kristen Stepp that did something similar to it, so I kind of just went from hers and just kind of adapted it to what I wanted to do. So the first thing I did here was went ahead and cut up some onions and garlic, and then I added it to that bacon grease. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this cook a little bit till the onions are nice and soft and translucent. And then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so now I opened up some gnocchi. These are not homemade. These are something that I had in my pantry. I went ahead and opened that up and added it to my pan with the onions and the garlic. And I decided that it needed a little bit more of that bacon grease, so I added a little bit more of that. And what you will notice later on, I'm not doing it right now, but later on I will add another package of that fresh gnocchi to this pan because the meat gnocchi ratio was kind of way off because used a whole quart of ground beef. So I'm just going to go ahead and cook this a little bit till they get nice and browned and a little bit, like crispy on the outsides. And then I will go ahead and add in the ground meat after that. Now, I started to do this and realized I couldn't do it with my hands, so I asked my son to come over and do it for me. So he went ahead and put the ground meat in there, and I went ahead and cooked this together for a few minutes till the meat heated through. And then I went ahead and added in my sloppy Joe sauce that I have. On Kristen, she actually just added in some like Rotel in there, but I went ahead and added in my a jar of sloppy Joe mix because I have a couple on my shelf that I want to go ahead and get used up. So I added that in there, gave it a nice, really good stir. And then I'm going to grab some cheese to mix in there. Now, you could use whatever cheese you want. I mean, since this is cheeseburger, I mean, I'm sure you could even add, American cheese. Here I'm adding a little bit of Dijon mustard. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of relish. Anything that you would put on a cheeseburger, you can put in this. I didn't bother putting straight ketchup in it since I put the sloppy Joe in there, so there's plenty tomato product in there. So we put the mustard in. Here goes some of the relish, as little or as much as you want. Went ahead and stirred that in. And the type of cheese that I'm using today in this recipe is cheddar cheese. And oh, excuse me. And then I realized that I had a little bit of mozzarella left, and I went ahead and just used the rest of that, but that's going to be thrown in later. So here I put in the first batch of white sharp cheddar in there, giving it a good mix, and I'm going to let that shredded cheese melt really well. Okay, and now at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and taste it, But then I realized that, you know what, I'm going to add some cream into this. I have a wee little bit of whipping cream left in my refrigerator, so I thought I would go ahead and add that in, and then that way I will get that used up and can get it out of my refrigerator. So it was less than a cup, maybe a half a cup, maybe 3/4, but it definitely was not even a cup. So I just went ahead and dumped that in, gave it another nice little mix. And here is where I'm starting to realize that with the sauce in there, there's definitely much more meat there is gnocchi. So I went ahead and decided to add in another package of the fresh gnocchi. I'm not really concerned about it. Even though I've never made this before, this is a flavor profile that I know that my husband and son will like. So leftovers is definitely not a big deal. It helps me out, during this week. There I added the rest of the sharp cheddar cheese that I had, and then I grabbed out the mozzarella cheese bag, which there is that bag. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and give this a good mix. It's going to be a very nice cheesy cheeseburger gnocchi. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir, get that cheese melted, and I added some salt, some pepper, and I think I may have put in some Italian seasoning blend as well. And that is it, friends. Like, this dinner came together less than 10 minutes because I had all of those items, in my pantry. I had the fresh gnocchi, I had um the sloppy joe mix, I had the canned beef, I had onions and garlic, and I had that little bit of whipping cream that I added in there. There's the salt, pepper, and the Italian seasoning that I added in. And then just to top this off at the end, I grabbed some green onions out of the freezer from my garden last year and just sprinkled some on top. And there we have a dinner that was just thrown together, cheeseburger gnocchi. Good morning, friends. It is early, really early, 5:30 to be exact. And I thought I would go ahead and make some breakfast. I have some of these that I found in my pantry that I've had for a while, so I am going to go ahead and make a double batch of these wild berry muffins. I had this almond milk in my refrigerator that's already open, so I'm going to go ahead and use this as my milk for the muffins. And then once this gets in the oven, I am going to make up some sausage and egg burritos to finish using up these sausage links. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. So, and these muffin mixes are super simple. You only have to add milk to them, and some of them are, you can add milk or water. I usually try and keep some of these on hand because it's a nice, easy thing for me to make with my granddaughter. But I still have a few more packs left, so I'm just going to go ahead and make this for my son. And I am making jumbo muffins. I have a jumbo muffin pan here. I think we need like a cup of milk, right? Wow, that print's really small, or I'm getting really old, or both. Okay, so you need a half a cup, but since I have 2 here, I'm gonna go ahead and put a full cup in. Okay, still got probably half a box there. We'll go ahead and get this mixed up. I mean, these packs to make are so super simple. That's why I, you know, kind of like to do them. My granddaughter is only 3, so it just makes a fun thing for her to do. All right. Okay, and there we go. And I'm gonna stick them in the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do some eggs and sausage. I have some bacon fat here that I will use. This little jar of bacon fat is done. See if I can get these out without breaking them. Now these sausages are already cooked because they were canned. So I just need to heat them through. So I'll cook them for a little bit, then I'll go ahead and add in, I think I'll do 6 eggs. Go ahead and add a little bit of cheese. I have just a wee little bit of Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some American cheese. I like to use American cheese with eggs just because of how creamy it makes them. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stove because it can finish cooking just sitting here on the burner. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this, and it'll keep warm for a while. There, and what time is it? 5:44. So in 15 minutes, I have muffins in the oven and some eggs, sausage, and cheese done for breakfast burritos. After 15 minutes, there are our muffins. Today for dinner, I went ahead and looked in the refrigerator, pulled out some leftovers and things I needed to use up, like salsa and what else did I put in there? Just all kinds of things in order to make up some chili for today. Breakfast today is avocado toast with egg and everything bagel seasoning. And today for dinner, I'm opening up one of my meals in a jar, which is pork barbecue. It is already cooked, so I just need to open it up and throw it in a microwave safe dish and heat it up. Or you can do this on the stove. Just trying to help me out. It's a lot easier if I do it by the microwave because it's... Boy, that's hard to do when you have no strength in your wrists. Oh my goodness. Pork barbecue. We have some wraps here, and that is going to be what's for dinner. Needed something super easy to do. Just got my stitches out today. So, pretty sore. Okay, and that's it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this. And remember, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really, really helps my channel out. And I would love to have more subscribers and create a bigger community here on my channel. And for those of you returning, if you notice behind me, I have a different wall behind me. My husband had started painting in the dining room. So in the dining room is just like an extension of my kitchen because my kitchen flows right into it. But there is a center wall behind me. For the next couple of days, I'm not going to have this prep area in my dining room, so I might have another week of easier meals. I might not. We'll see. We'll see how my hands do. Every day they seem to get a little bit better. I'm not going to have full function of them because even though my thumb's fixed, that doesn't change the fact of my other fingers that I have issues with. But that's another story. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.